Yes, we are back. Two G's in the pod, your mum's favorite duo, back on the Zoom call again.
Back on Zoom, man.
Yeah,
Back
yeah,
on Zoom.
yeah.
What you saying?
We saying I'm good, man.
I'm cool.
I've been chilling.
How's
Uh,
how's tier three treating you? Let me not piss everyone off and start bragging this shit.
this guy leaning back in Ghana, trying
Bro,
to ask about how tier 3 is going.
out of the car, man. But yeah, no, I'm cool, man. I'm cool. I've been like you can see, I escaped. I had to get out once they announced the lockdown and shit. I had to get out of there, and I've been COVID doesn't exist here, so I've been living good, man. Been living good. Yeah, how are you?
All good on my end, man. Tier 3, but not
Yeah.
doing too badly.
Yeah, so we've got a pretty good episode planned today. We've got we're gonna do like a roundup of the year, roundup of 2020, the year that's been awful, and we've got a special guest with us. We've got AMPY FM with us. Yeah, you know what, that's what we need. We need the sound effect. We're gonna get that. We're gonna pattern that one time.
I thought you guys want to do it in it, so I was like, let you lot do your thing, and then
yeah. But AMPY, man, thanks for joining us. How are you?
Thank you, man. I'm all good, man. How you guys been, bro, man?
You can see, man, I'm cool.
Not bad. Not as good as this guy out in Ghana, but I'm not bad.
Smiling out here.
He's on a secret island somewhere in Ghana, just enjoying.
Yeah, man, honestly. But yeah, like before we get into the year and everything, obviously we wanted to big up your brand that you're building, AMPY FM. We've been following for a while on Instagram and just showing support. I can't like your mixes they get me through, like when I've got work and stuff. I like it, have it in the background. It's good music to work to. You know what I mean, but if you could just sort of like break down what is AMPY FM for everybody that doesn't know what AMPY FM is.
Cool. Obviously, first of all, like shout out to you lot, man. Like, because I actually listen to 2Gs a lot, and I feel like I like the direction you guys take in terms of music and just conversations, man. You lot do it a bit differently, so like, I'll drop you lot first. But yeah, AMPY FM. It's a lifestyle brand for music lovers. So AMPY FM stands for AMPY for Music. So every month I put like a mix on SoundCloud of just good music, man. Like songs that you kind of forgot about, like like track 13 off that certain album that like you love, It's like for those type of songs, because like at the moment there's just so many just like rhythms that come out every single week. Every Friday it's a new tape. It's a new EP, it's an LP, it's an SP. Do you know what I
mean? Release radar.
Like, honestly. Literally. So like I thought like no one's really like putting the spotlight back on the songs that like you like but you just forgot about.
Yeah.
And then at the same time it's AMPY for merch. So like I have like a clothing arm to it.
I can see you're rocking the tee now.
Yeah. I got t-shirts come out. This is coming out next year, one I'm wearing right now. But I have like t-shirts, I've got badges, I've got jumpers. So like I'm just trying to just build a platform where you can find good music and good merch, because it's mad. I just felt like there wasn't like a place for it. Like I kind of had this idea, I want to say like 4 or 5 years ago, and I only started doing it 2 years ago. So it's not like September 2018. So
nice, man, nice. I mean, a lot of what you do kind of resonates with us, because like you said, I mean, I don't think we do it as much as we used to. We used to be proper, like we'll put you onto the songs that you've missed. But I feel like me now I'm overwhelmed by the amount of music that comes out. So now it's just like I'll put you onto the songs that I like in it, because there's too much coming out. It's like a constant stream. Yeah, but
too much coming out, man. It's hard to keep up. But that's why like I try not to be the latest mix. It's just like rhythms I like vibes I like, and like I can just like control it that way.
How do you I don't know, I guess like those mixes, I mean, how do you go about curating them? Like you have like, okay, I want this one to be 15 tracks, I want this type of vibe to it, because even if you're going back, like there's so many songs, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's funny because like you say that I listened to like my first mix the other day, I think I had like 40 songs. I was thinking, rah,
I listened to that one recently.
time
Actually.
did I have?
Yeah, long.
Like, what time did I have back then? Yeah, to be doing a 40-song mix. And I think as I was going along, like you can see I've cut it down. It used to be like an hour long. Now it's around the 35, 40 minute, and I do like 20 songs. So I can always start with like a UK song and end with a UK song, because I feel like you've got to like rep home first, and everything's home base. So like you got to rep like the home team. So like anything I do, like it's a UK song first, and like I end on it like a UK song. That's sort of like the structure. And in the middle, it's just anything. Like I like to bang like just like different people together. So you might hear Heady One going to Dwelle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Next go into Anson Pack. You think, raw, how that transition work? But because it's just melodies and arrangements and like BPMs, you can like pull things together. That's a bit more fun rather than this is like a hip hop mix. This is like a bashment mix. This is an Afro beats mix. Like put it all together, man, and like trying to get something different. So like
people don't value the like transition thing. Like,
oh yeah,
have you seen that meme recently? It's like people dancing in a party and then there's someone in the corner, like, and then there's something like, oh, there's one that I saw one recently and it proper resonated. It was like, this DJ's transitions are shit, man. And it's like honestly, because there's times when I'll be out and I was like, I mean, back when we could go out, and I'm like, fam, this DJ is not DJ. It's just a playlist, and you just play the next song or whatever. But
I can't even lie. I'm that guy, man. I'll say to my boy, oh, he's about to play this song next. And we're like, oh, how do you know? I was like, I can just hear it. That was a meaty mix. I can tell like he's just like pull it up quickly and just try to mix it and, like, some gunshots and lasers, so like you feel like you're doing something, and like it's just like bare fireworks and just bare like decorations, and like it's not really mixing. So yeah, I try and like just like try and think of like placements of songs, and like it's funny you say like you work to it, because that was like my whole idea. Like it's sort of like a mix where, you know, you're on the way back home from the dance, or like you're going to work, or like you're on the train. Like it's sort of a mix for that. It's not really like I'm going out. It's more you're coming back home, you're driving home, or something like that.
Yeah,
that's the sort of, like, vibe I was trying to go with.
It's quite like chill. The vibe I get from most of them is never too hype. You know what I mean? It's quite yeah, like a laid back thing, which is good.
100%. Yeah.
What do you see as the sort of direction for AMPY going forwards?
Just more good music and good merch, man. I think it's funny because like it's a lifestyle brand for music lovers, but really is like a clothing brand like disguised as like a music platform. Because I always intended to do the fashion. Like I think I just remember the certain point I was shopping and like I just couldn't find anything I wanted, and I was like thinking like, raw, like if I did it this way, I'll put this design on this t-shirt, and I was like thinking, why don't I just do it myself? And I felt like if I'm making like a fashion label, like a clothing label, like I call it a merch line, like making merch, like what am I doing in between time to get people's attention? Because it's so hard to get
people engaged.
Yeah. So like, how am I going to sustain people if I'm not talking about t-shirts or jumpers? What else am I offering? I thought music is just like a nice conversation starter. Like, you know, girls will say like, oh, if he doesn't listen to this type of music, I can't talk to him. Do you know what I mean? So like, it's a big thing for people. Music. It's nice, like icebreaker. So okay, cool. When I'm not doing the merch, I'm just gonna hit people just like rhythms, mix them up just to keep people active and keep people following, keep people listening. Like, you know, there's some people who like don't actually listen to the mixes, but they buy the merch, and just vice versa, who don't actually buy the merch, but listen to music, and then you got the people in the middle. So like, it's just each to their own, man, and it's just like it's a platform.
I think music and fashion have always blended quite well together as well, man. I mean, like, if you look at hip hop, for example, I mean, there's always been an element of streetwear or fashion culture within it. So it makes sense. Yeah, like they influence each other.
Yeah.
But I mean, on the fashion side, like, how's that running right now? Is that just you just, I don't know, in your room you design what the next drop is gonna look like and then bring it out, or are there other people involved? Like, what's that process?
I mean, with AMPY, like the brand is literally me. So like, I do the mixes, I do the merch, I do the designs, and obviously I have like certain ears. What you say?
You say it's just you doing everything?
Yeah, bro, it's just me.
Oh, man.
It's just me. So like, obviously I have Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Also, like, I have like a second ear sometimes. Like, I've done like people done guest mixes before.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
shout
yeah.
PB and like Rush from Mars. Like they've done mixes and like. But in terms of like everything else, like literally is like my like brainchild, and then like I might pull someone in for like a second opinion on things. Like shout out like some friends like work for Pack and stuff. So shout out to Ben. Like he sort of comes in, sort of like I chat to him like maybe just to get like an idea of like where I'm going with it and like But for the most part, yeah, it's me, man. So with like the t-shirt designs, like I come up with a concept, all the logos, like I literally drew them on a piece of paper.
Mm.
I gave it to my boys at artwork. I said, listen, I don't know how to use Photoshop. At this time, I didn't know how to use Photoshop. So I was like, listen, here's what I want. So I drew it on a piece of paper and we just sat down and did it together. And then like, with the t-shirts, like I didn't want to just put out like just like a random t-shirt. I kind of wanted to tell like a story with it. So like I put out this thing called a corner shop tee.
Saw that one. Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah. So like the idea behind it's like obviously like when people think of like landmarks in London, you think of like Big Ben, like Buckingham Palace, London Eye, like all those things in it. But like for us who are like born and raised, it's really like the corner shop. Like we don't really go to Big Ben.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the corner shop, the first place you go to when you leave your house, it's the last place you go to when, like before you get home.
Yeah,
So like, we just like, pay homage to that, and like obviously like it's not just a London thing. Obviously like every city, like you have your off license, you have like, do you know what I mean, your spa if you're in like Swansea. I don't know where you are, but like, do you know what I mean? The corner shop is just like it's a landmark. So I wanted to celebrate that. So like that was the whole idea. And like yeah, we put them out in the summer.
Yeah,
And
that's,
then, like,
that's a sick idea, man. That's a proper sick idea.
thank you, bro. Thank you.
Got me thinking of my corner shop guy, man. Had a good relationship with that guy back in the day.
You know what I mean?
Nice me a couple of times. Like, yeah, take that one for free.
Boss man.
Cyril's my guy. Cyril's like the guy for me, man. Like,
Cyril's your boss man.
yeah, man. He's my license guy, man. Literally lets me like off 20p, 30p here and there.
Yeah.
We got a rapport in that, man. We got a rapport.
It's funny actually because I remember I went to visit my uncle. I hadn't seen him all year because of COVID, and I went to see him about a month ago and just chill with him for the day. And we went to one of the chicken shops. And my uncle's he lives in Hounslow and he's lived there his whole life, yeah. And so I came and they were like, "Oh, I used to see you when you were a baby, blah, blah, blah." I'm thinking, I don't remember any of you guys. And they were literally talking about how they've literally watched my uncle grow up. Now he's like 40-odd. He's got kids of his own, everything. They're like, I remember when he used to come in here with his friends on his bike, hearing Pierce, everything. And then I was like, "Right, man, these guys literally watch us grow up like for our whole lives, you know."
This is it, man. Like, you go there like what 5 times a week, or
yeah,
literally.
literally.
You know what I mean? So like they see you, like, oh, okay, where are you going for college? Okay, cool. Do you know what I mean? They see you grow up. So
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. What else was I gonna ask? Hold up. You know when you say you started everything, was there a specific inspiration behind it, or it was just literally like, all right, I've got this idea, I want to do merch, let me merge it with the music, and then you just started like that? Or was there the sort of brand that you use for inspiration?
Yeah, it was definitely like intentional. So like I say, like I had this idea like 4 or 5 years ago. So like when everyone was like heavy on Snapchat, like I was on Snapchat, and then I'll just be like driving, I'll just play music, and like just play a random song on driving, boom, 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 and then like people start to ask me like, "What's that song? What's that song?" So I just tell them. I was like, "Okay, cool. This is like interesting." People just like keep looking for me. Then like, every Sunday I'll do it, and I'll call it like AMPY FM. I'll scribble AMPY FM on the video and just play rhythm
on Snapchat.
Yeah. And then like one day I didn't do it, and I got just bare messages like, "Bro, like what happened to AMPY FM? Like it's Sunday, I ain't see no songs." I'm like, "Bro, like people really like fucks with this. Like, you actually, do you know what I mean?" So so I thought, okay, cool. Let me turn this into something, but I don't know what. So I was like, okay, cool. If I do music, like what's something that's not really getting played? And I just felt like in terms of UK music, we have so much, but there is like a certain side of music that isn't really gets played a lot. Like we hear, I mean, we've got like an abundance of rappers. We've got drillers here, we've got rappers here, but like there's an R&B or like just alternative rap. We don't really have a place for it. Like if you're not on Grande or Link Up, it's tight, basically. So I was like, okay, cool, that's something. And then like around the same time, like I was saying, I was going to shops just thinking, oh, like I don't like anything, or I wish they just didn't have that graphic on that tee. I wish they did that. I was thinking, I'm getting all these ideas, and it's sort of just like weaving itself
Mm.
kind of before my eye. It's funny because I really feel like it really wasn't like my idea. I feel like this idea was kind of placed on me.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, makes
Because
sense.
it was just like flowing. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna call it AMPY FM. Okay, cool. If we call it AMPY FM, people are gonna think it's a radio station. So what can the FM stand for?
Mm.
Wrap my brain. I was like, wait, for music. Oh wait, for merch. Okay, it can be doubled. Like, do you know what I mean? It just came like that. So when I started like in September 2018, like it was just like mixes, and then like last year, like I did the badges, and then this year I've done t-shirts and jumpers. So it's just growing each year, becoming like a really organic thing.
Yeah, no, I've noticed that as well. That it's like growing organically. Like you recently hit 500 followers in it, so congratulations to that as well.
Yeah, thank you, man. Hit that 500. And again, like it's not even. I don't really look at a number of followers. It's more the engagement and like people like, really taking it in. Like I can't. I think that's like obviously like the numbers game. That's not the type of numbers game I'm thinking of. The type of numbers game I'm thinking of is a bit different in terms of like who's listening, who's buying. That's the sort of numbers I'm really caring about, sort of thing, because that shows me like where the brand can go, where it should go. In terms of like followers, I just like to have like an engaged small community, man.
Yeah,
And that's the sort of mixes are, because you're not gonna hear the biggest record from like Huss, but you might hear Helicopter maybe. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
So it's like the smaller sound for the niche market, and like it's people who like I say, going back to songs, or like going back to like albums and seeing who wrote it, who produced it, oh my gosh, it's like for the music neeks, isn't it? It's like those type of guys. Go on YouTube and watch Pharrell in the studio. It's like it's for those type of people.
Yeah. What do you think? So I mean, like it's been growing well so far. It seems. I mean, what are you planning for next year, or what's the next steps? You got anything in mind that you're willing to share?
Just incredible wavy stuff, man. Just everything wavy.
love that, man. Love that.
Like, that's all we're trying to do. Just make incredibly wavy stuff. So like I said, I've got this T-shirt that what I'm wearing right now. That's gonna come out next year. We've got maybe possibly 2 more drops in terms of the fashion, then just mixes, collabs, like just like placements here and there. Like I've done a few like stuff on like No Signal Represents and all that stuff.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Just getting it out there, man. So like just keep going. All about consistency, bro. That's all it is, man.
100%. 100%. Something that we've struggled with consistent. I feel like 2020, it's been difficult to be consistent. It took us a few months to actually get over the whole lockdown thing before we started releasing again. But after that, it's like you find something that you're comfortable with, you can just drop.
Well, you kind of have to,
you
kind of need to see like where you are, sort of thing. Cool. Take stock and like, okay, cool. Maybe like I'll just approach it this way now because everything's changing. All that stuff. So yeah.
Cool, man. So yeah, we'll get into music. It's funny that you mentioned Helicopter because I had that song on my mind. So let's get into that, and then we'll jump into the music convo. But yeah, so here's Helicopter by J.R.